Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kim, and if you're new, welcome. So today's video is a getting to know me part 2. I watched my intro, of the getting to know me video, and I cried. Because all I said about me was the diseases. There's much more to me than that. So, I went on Google and I got 25 most asked questions of new YouTubers. And I thought, I'll try that. So, let's see. What would you or have you name your children? I have one child, and her name is Abby. What is my favorite color? Green. What is your favorite animal? My favorite animal is the snow tiger. What is your favorite perfume? My go-to perfume is Chanel Coco Mademoiselle. But I have a couple other favorites too, like Modern Muse, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. I'm looking at my dresser where my perfume bottles are. Today I got a sample of Issey Miyake, and I used to wear that all the time. I used to wear Pure Tiffany, which I don't think they make anymore. Anyways, what is my favorite holiday? Thanksgiving. Because all the family's together, and you share food. You just share together. On a scale from 1 to 10, rate your childhood. A 5. Have you been out of the country? Yes. I was in the U.S. Army, and I was myself stationed in Baumholder, Germany, and I was in Somalia, Africa. I've been to Luxembourg. I've been to I'm getting brain fog. I'm sorry. I'll come back to that. But before that, I was an army wife for 9 years, and we lived in Berlin, Germany for 3 years. Do I speak any different languages? Ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch, and yo hablo español un poquito. Do I have any siblings? Yes, I have a sister, a younger sister. She's 2.5 years younger, and she lives with me. And I have a half brother who's about 7 years older than me, I think, and he lives in Georgia. What is my favorite store? My favorite online store is Sol de Janeiro. My favorite Bum Cream, Sol de Janeiro. Oops. And Sephora. And here we have one high-end store, and it's called Von Maur. I think there's only 4 stores worldwide. I don't know. But what is my favorite restaurant? Texas Roadhouse and Italian restaurants. Did you like school? High school? No. Didn't like it at all. My home life made it so it was difficult for me, and I hated it. College, I loved. I didn't start college till I was 40 years old. Who are some of your favorite YouTubers? Tati Westbrook, Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson, Abdabs. Let's see. Elizabeth Wolf, Yari G, Those are the top ones I would say that I watch all the time. Oh, and the Crockers. What are some of your favorite TV shows? Survivor, The Real Housewives of All, um, oh, Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, and Chicago PD, My 600 Pound Life, reality TV. PC or Mac? I have PCs, mostly HPs. I'm recording this on a Samsung Chromebook, and I'm thinking about a Mac, but I'm not sure because I've never used one. So, what phone do I have? Oh, it was in my hands. I have a Samsung Galaxy S9. Oops, come on. How tall are you? I am 5 foot tall on a good day. Mostly, I'm measuring now at 4'11" because when you get older, your discs compress. Do I have any pets? Seriously? I have a zoo. I have a dog that's sleeping over here. She's half spaniel, half beagle. I have personally, I have a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. She's mouthy. I call her Ralph Mouth, but her name's Ellie. My sister has a half pug, half chihuahua. My dad has a black lab. And then we have a dog that's a blue heeler mix. And then I have a few cats. And I have some chickens, ducks, and a turkey. So, yes, I have some pets. My chickens and my turkey are pets. Who knew that a turkey could be affectionate? I named her Jenny, and I wasn't even thinking, Jenny O Turkey. So, those are those questions. Things that I like to do when I'm not so sick. I love to cook. I love remodeling projects. I love gardening. I love making things like I make salves and lotions, and I make my own magnesium oil, magnesium cream. I make creams. I'm going to learn how to make deodorant. I've been using Schmidt's, and I really like it, and I think it would be simple to make my own deodorant because that costs like 11 something. I love watching TV. That's like my life. Like cable bill comes like it's a priority up here because both my sister, myself, and my dad are all TV junkies. And so without cable, it would suck. I don't know what we would do. That would be difficult. What else about me? Listen, when I was in the Army, and this is part of my illness, but this is my story, I got a bunch of vaccines. And then it wasn't much later, I got sick. Like, I had to drag my legs behind me. And so they sent me to a civilian rheumatologist because I was at Seneca Army Depot then, and it was so tiny. There wasn't a specialist, And they thought I had Reiter's syndrome at first, which is basically a reactive arthritis to a cold, an infection that might have settled in your joints. And then they came up with the diagnosis of lupus. And I tested positive for 9 out of 11 criteria for diagnoses. So it was pretty bad. And then I got stationed at my second duty station, and we deployed to Somalia. And the vaccines that I got to go made me incredibly sick. Like, I had typhoid, plague, yellow fever. I mean, the list goes on and on. And I had anthrax at the first one. And 5 minutes after, it took me, no, about 10 minutes from where I was SRCing, and I got back to where I worked, and I had to rush to the bathroom, and it was like, which end went to the toilet? That's how quick. And ever since then, I haven't been right. And it was at that duty station where the fibromyalgia symptoms started, but they blamed it on the lupus. And then later at another duty station, they were like, it's all in your head. And then I went to Germany, to Baumholder, and I got really sick, and I had TB. So I was in isolation for 2 weeks. And then when I was in there, they did a bronchoscopy with a biopsy, and they found out I had sarcoidosis, and I was incredibly ill. And so they medevaced my daughter and myself home to Fort Knox to the medical holding company in Ireland Community Hospital there. And I went through the medical board, and I fought it for a long time. I didn't want to get out of the Army. I love the Army. And finally I just gave in. And so they retired me. So luckily, like, I have the insurance from the Army, and then I get a paycheck from the VA. I'm rated at 100%. So, life hasn't been easy. And I've noticed, like, over the years, my health has just went downhill. Like, the last 5 years have been horrible. And, there was the vitamin D issue for 2 years where it was 0. And, so during these years, and especially in the summertime, I try to get out as much as I can to garden. And like last summer and the summer before, I went swimming twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. And I really enjoyed that, so it wasn't so hard on my body. I love to get out there and do that. And I am a grandmother of 3 grandchildren, and I do love my grandchildren, and I wish I could play with them more. Wish I had energy. The chronic fatigue is horrible. Is what it is, though. And then next door to me, my nephew lives there with his wife and children. And, he's like a son to me, and his kids are like my grandkids, and they're here all the time, too. So, there's 5 of them. And I try to make them all feel special. There's one girl in the bunch, and she's the princess. So, my daughter I'm incredibly proud of. She's 36 years old, and she's a fantastic human being, and a great mother. So, and she ended up with her high school sweetheart, and like, he's my son. He's not my son-in-law. I have good family. The only thing is, the family doesn't really understand my illness. I mean, my sister tries to, God bless her. My dad, he's like, how could one person be in such pain, He doesn't get it, because he doesn't feel pain like I do. And I have one good friend she just got diagnosed with fibromyalgia, and I feel for her because that's terrible. but she's very supportive. And like my nephew's supportive, and my daughter's kind of supportive of me making videos and having a YouTube channel. My sister, like, she doesn't even want to watch the videos. And my dad could care less. So, here I am. The reason why I make the videos, excuse me, it gives me something to do. Something else to focus on besides, and there's days when I can't even roll over in bed, so there won't be a video. But, I guess it is what it is, right? I've missed a lot of my grandkids' stuff because of illnesses, and I'm sick of it. This year, 2020, I want to be there for everything they do. Oh, and this thing asked me what my favorite song is. Let me tell you. It's called Für Elise. It's classical. It's by Beethoven. And all three of my grandchildren learned to play it, but my grandson, Ben, plays it fabulously for me, and it melts my heart every time. He is so special, and I love him so much. I love all three of them. I love all five of them. But for that was special to learn my favorite song. My favorite in the whole world. My favorite food in the whole world? Risotto. Yes. Any flavor. Lobster, mushroom, spring pea, butternut squash, plain. It doesn't matter. I love risotto. I love lasagna. I think I was Italian in a former life. I love all things Italian, I swear. I would love to go to Italy, to go to the Amalfi Coast. It's so beautiful. Belgium. That's the other country. Belgium. I've been to Belgium. Luxembourg. I've been to France. Berlin's my favorite city in the whole world that I've been to. I mean, just the history there is incredible. The city is incredible. Everything's open. Like, the bars are open 23 and a half hours a day. All the little shops close early, and I love that. It's all basically mom and pop shops. Love it. Before I left, when I lived there, the city was extremely clean. Like, you'd see all the people that own their houses or whatever, or the shopkeepers out, not even just sweeping their sidewalks, they swept the street in front of their place. And I've heard that it's not so anymore, and that saddens me. Oh, another question. What is my greatest fear? Dying alone. I'm divorced. Will I ever remarry again? No. Will I ever date again? No. I'm done with all that. I'm 55. I'm content with my life. My family and friends are what's most important to me. I used to love things. Expensive things. Don't care. Let's see. My favorite like type of house is a modern farmhouse, and if Joanna Gaines could build me a house and decorate it all, like, I would die and go to heaven. Like, her aesthetics are like, oh my gosh, to die for. That's my favorite house, with a pond out back to go swimming, and stables and barn for goats, and a mule, and maybe a couple horses, and a cow, or a couple of cows, and all the chickens and ducks and turkeys I wanted. Yeah, that would make me very happy. And my whole family living, like, right now we have 2 properties that are together, so we have 6 acres. My nephew and his wife and kids live right next door. Well, I would love to have a property like that, but much more remote, people. I mean remote. And have my daughter have a house there, my nephew have a house there, and us have a house there. That would be my dream. Yeah. Let's see what else about me. My mother died 9 years ago. My 83-year-old father lives with me. He's quite cantankerous. Is that the word? I think so. I think I mentioned before that, yes, I went to college when I was 40. That's when I started. I have an associate's degree in general studies. I have a bachelor's degree in general studies. I have 2 classes to finish 3 degrees. That's psychology, biology, and chemistry. And because of the fibro fog, I can't get it together enough to do that. So, what would be my dream job? I had dreamed of being a flight surgeon. And then most of my time being donated to like Doctors Without Borders or something to that effect. You know, just to give back. That's like my soul was meant to be of service to others. I am a Christian. I believe in God. What else? My political beliefs have no place on this channel. I'm open-minded enough to hear. I'm not full of hate, like, you know how both sides are just hate, 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 and I'm so sick of that. You know, can't you sit down and listen to each other? Because you would have something to learn. If the world was more like that, it'd be a much more peaceful place. Yep. Anyways, this video is getting very long, and I'm sorry about that. What else? What else? Oh, I'm drinking mostly water now. Finally, the pop is hard to give up, let me tell you. I was a Mountain Dew freak. Just saying. So I'm trying to get back from the sugars, you know. Oh, here's a fun fact. I came up hot on my urine analysis, your urine test, that my pain management place gave me from taking CBD oil from CBD Distillery. That stuff, I didn't notice a difference while I was taking it, and I ran out. And as soon as I ran out, the pain hit. Bam! Like that. But anyways, so now, on my appointment on the 2nd, I don't get my pain meds. I have to wait a couple weeks, come back, take a urinalysis, wait for that to come back, then wait for another doctor appointment, and then maybe get my meds. I think that's jacked up. I offered to bring the bottle and they could test the bottle. It says it's under 0.3% THC, which is what the 2018 federal farm bill passed, saying it was legal. But yet, I'm being penalized because I was trying to make my body healthier, trying to help control the pain, and it's a great anti-inflammatory. Just saying. Be careful out there. If you're in my same situation, watch yourself. Because you might end up not getting pain meds too. So, what does that mean? I'm going to go through withdrawal, right? That's going to suck. Yep. Anyways, okay, this video has been long enough. I hope that you've enjoyed some of my answers on getting to know me. And my hair always looks crazy. And soon, hopefully soon, I'm going to remodel my bedroom. And you're going to have a different backdrop. This is my headboard. I have a sleigh bed. And I'm sure you're sick of seeing this brown crap, right? So, anyways, until next time, my friends, stay well. Bye.